After several attempts, the state finally passed sports betting earlier this year. You'll be able to wager on the outcome of most college and pro sports. Now, you must be at least 18 to bet in person, but some online platforms won't allow anyone under 21 to place a wager. The Horse Racing Commission is overseeing the implementation of the program. 15 brick-and-mortar licenses have been granted so far, and another 8 apps have been approved for online betting. You can pre-register now so you can be ready to place a bet when online wagering opens. The state budgeting office predicts sports betting to raise about $23 million a year in tax revenue. That money will support the state's permanent pension fund, help those with gambling problems, and cover the cost of running the sports betting program. Now let's take a look at the revenues generated in Ohio and Indiana. So far this year, Ohioans have wagered nearly $4 billion. That's translated into more than $500 million in revenue for the sports books and more than $50 million in tax revenue for the state. Ohio is projected to have the third or fourth most sports bets placed in the country this year, with just about $10 billion wagered. And in case you were curious, here's a look at Ohio's sports betting breakdown. As you'd imagine, basketball and football make up more than 2/3 of the pie, with baseball coming in next. Meanwhile, in Indiana, here's a look at the numbers since sports wagering was allowed in October of 2019. More than $12.5 billion have been placed in bets. That's created more than $1.1 billion in revenue for the sports books, and in turn, that's meant more than $103 million in tax revenue over the past 4 years.
Now, sports gambling doesn't officially start here in Kentucky until Thursday, but I'll give you an exclusive sneak peek inside the sportsbook at Turfway Park and show you how to place a bet there tomorrow. Live in Newport, I'm Christian Hauser. Back to you all in the studio.
All right, Christian, thank you so much. And the U.S. Supreme Court cleared the way for legalized sports betting 5 years ago. Since then, nearly 3/4 of the states have moved swiftly to allow it. But state funding for problem gambling services has not kept pace. More states like Kentucky are requiring at least part of sports wagering revenues go toward helping addicted gamblers. Ohio launched sports betting January 1st, and the state requires all sports betting ads to include a phone number for problem gambling helplines. Through the first 7 months, costs of the helpline were up about 150%. That's compared to the same period just a year ago, driven by a spike in sports betting marketing.
Sure, you can stop watching, but let's be honest, you want to know more. Tap the links or even better, click subscribe to stay in the know.